this presentation, I'll be discussing the 10 most important do's and don'ts of communication for leaders. 1. Be a good listener. Practice active listening and keep focus on the person speaking. Ask clarifying questions if necessary. Don't interrupt others when they're talking. No one likes being interrupted while they're speaking. Instead of the dialogue being one-sided, you should take the time to listen and thoughtfully respond to what the other person is saying to you. 2. Be concise. As a leader, it's important that you're able to get your message across in a way that's as direct and concise as possible. Don't overcomplicate your message. While speaking, don't use too many abbreviations or technical terms. This might confuse the person you're talking to and ultimately make things more complicated than they need to be. 3. Behave confidently. Your audience wants to know that you're stable and confident as a leader. Making a lot of eye contact and speaking with a clear voice is a great way to convey exactly this. Don't be defensive. It's okay to have passion, but don't get defensive or offensive for that matter. This can be off-putting to some and may come across as unprofessional. 4. Be open to constructive feedback. Nobody's perfect, and as a leader, you should be accepting of the fact. The best leaders are open to learning new things, so you shouldn't hesitate to take any constructive feedback from your audience seriously. Don't criticize. Criticizing your audience, or anyone for that matter, is generally just a bad look when it comes to public speaking and other forms of communication. 5. Assert yourself. Take the time to recognize the needs and opinions of others, and then calmly state your own needs and opinions. Don't show negative body language. Try not to frown, shrug, or slouch while speaking. This will show your audience that you're uncertain and perhaps not very confident. 6. Think about your audience. When prepping for a speech or meeting, remember to tailor it to your audience as much as you can. Don't talk too fast. This tends to happen when people are nervous. Take a deep breath and slow down while speaking. That way your audience will be able to understand you better. 7. Learn how to say no. Remember, you don't have to say yes to everything. Be firm but polite when saying no, and stand your ground if they continue to push. Don't be a doormat. While it's generally encouraging to involve others in your decision-making processes, you shouldn't let another person take over completely. Again, this is about learning how to say no. 8. Be professional. Leaders sometimes lean too much into being casual. While you can keep your communication style conversational, you should also remain professional. Don't gossip. You should also stay away from office gossip. Nothing good can come from talking negatively about others behind their backs. 9. Praise people often. Everyone deserves a little praise and recognition now and then. The best leaders make time to appreciate their employees, usually individually and publicly. Don't judge people. You never know what could be going on in another person's life. More often than not, there's no reason to start casting stones, especially without asking any questions first. 10. Express negative thoughts positively. This may seem a little counterintuitive, but it's important that you don't bring any negativity into the office or whatever space you're in as a leader. Don't self-deprecate. If you mess up, simply apologize and move on. There's no need to dwell on your mistakes after all.